Hey guys, welcome to math class this week. We have a new learning target building on what we have been doing since we have been working from home. And our new learning target is I can add and subtract multiples of 10. So on your workspace today, you see I have a dude with 10 fingers. And then at the bottom of our workspace, we have a number line. Go ahead and take a look at that number line and say aloud what you notice about it. I'm hoping that you notice that it is multiples of 10, and that actually starts with 0, and in first grade, we're expected to be able to count by 10 all the way to 120, which is something we have been practicing. So today we're going to do a story including fingers. So we like fingers when we're talking about multiples of 10 because fingers come in groups of 10. So our story starts like this. We have 5 students in the front of a classroom. So I am going to put those 5 students up, and I want you to think about how many fingers that would be. Okay, double check yourself. 5 students. How many fingers? Wonderful. I'm hoping that we all agree that if there are 5 students, there are 50 fingers in the group. So what would happen if I asked 2 more students to join the group? Go ahead and try to picture that in your head. If Miss Ward adds 2 more students to this group of 5, how many fingers would that be? And what would be an equation to represent what just happened? All right, I am going to add 2 more people to this group. So let's write an equation to show what just happened. I'm going to go up here and insert a text box so I can type an equation. So we started out with 50 fingers and 2 more people joined the group. How could I represent that in an equation? Well, I could say 10 plus 10. Or another way I could say it, if I scoot over a little bit, make my box a little wider, is I could say 50 plus 20. That would also be accurate. Okay. Either way, I want you to tell me how many fingers there are in all. Awesome. So there are several counting strategies that you guys probably just used. One of those strategies would be to go back and count all of the fingers by 10, right? So we have 7 people. Let's go to our number line and count that. If we did 7 jumps of 10, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jumps of 10 would land us on 70. What if we knew that we had 50 in the original group, and we did 2 jumps of 10 on our counting by 10s number line. We started on 50 and said 1, 2. That would land us on 70. Or we could do a jump of 20, which on our counting by 10s number line is going to be over 2 of these markers. So I started on 50. I would skip 1 and go here to add 20. And that would also land me on 70. Okay, so no matter what, we know that there are 70 people in this collection right now. Now let's talk about subtracting multiples of 10. So we agree that there are 70 fingers in this group. What would happen if I asked 3 of these dudes to go back and sit down? What equation could I write to show how that happened? Okay. I'm going to make my model reflect that 1, 2, 3 people have gone away. Actually, I really don't like showing that way, so I'm going to undo by hitting Control Z. I think it might be better to actually mark out these guys. Okay, so I'm going to ask this guy to sit down. The scribble tool. Okay, I'm going to try this symbol instead. I'm going to ask 3 people to go and sit down. So instead of completely deleting them, which can be confusing because it was like they're never there, instead I'm going to put a symbol over them that shows us clearly that they were there and now they're gone. So now our model matches a little bit better. So I had 70 and I asked 3 people to sit down. What equation would represent that situation? Well, we know there were 70 people and we asked 3 people to sit down. So we might say 70 minus 1 group of 10 minus 2 groups of 10 minus 3 groups of 10. Or we might put those 3 groups of 10 together and say 70 minus 30. All right, let's go down to our number line and see if we can model where that would put us. So we have this model above where it shows the actual dudes and the dudes being crossed out. And then we have a number line, which would be another type of model in math. So whenever we're drawing a picture of the numbers in math, that's a good way to show how the numbers are related to each other and that we really understand what's going on. So we know that we're going to start on 70. So I am going to try a new tool up here. I'm going to try the curve tool. So I'm going to start on 70, and I don't want to go forwards. My numbers are not going to be getting bigger in a subtraction situation. If people are sitting down, if things are leaving, they're going to be getting smaller. So I'm going to make a jump backwards of 10. Okay, that's one person that's left. Now let's make another jump backwards of 10. Now 2 people have left. And another jump backwards of 10. Now 3 people have left. So I want you to think about, if 3 people have left, how many fingers are there now in the group? 40. Excellent job. I'm going to type it here. 70 minus 10 minus 10 minus 10 equals 40, or another way to think of it is 70 minus 30 equals 40 fingers. Let me type a unit in there since we're talking about fingers. Always important to include units when you're solving math stories. All right, wonderful work today, you guys. You have a task very similar to this one to show that you have understanding of today's learning target. And then the rest of the week we'll be continuing with this learning target, working with larger and larger numbers. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks for working so hard. Bye.